gives me great pleasure when I have local people doing some great things here in Western Australia, because the show's made here in Western Australia, and to be able to show people all around Australia that we've got some great talent based here in Perth. There's a great new movie, Australian movie, called These Final Hours, talking about the end of the world. And we've got the end of the world directors here. His name is Zac Hilditch. Welcome to the couch. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
I watched your movie on Friday. I've got to say, I loved all the local stuff that you had in it. Local buildings, local references, a smouldering Perth city, and a great cast and a great storyline. Tell me in your words about the movie.
For sure. Well, These Final Hours is an apocalyptic thriller that basically asks the question, what would you do on the last day on Earth? And I think it's such an interesting, poignant question, as we all have our own unique responses to that answer. And this film is about one person's journey. Everyone has their own journey.
What made you come up with the story?
Well, I was thinking about these natural disasters that sort of take people in an instant. They don't see it coming and then they're gone. And I thought, what if you turn that on its head and you could see it coming at you? You still couldn't stop it, but you gave you time to prepare and take stock. And I thought, wow, what an interesting idea. Like, it would really, strip everything away and make you think, where do I belong? Who do I truly love? Where should I be? What should I be doing if I knew I was going to die?
Was it 12 hours? The
film covers the last 12 hours.
Now, when you took it to your sponsors and supporters and you pitched the storyline, what sort of reaction? One, that is coming from Perth, and two, end of the world, and everything ends in Perth. Why do we always have to be the last to have anything happen? Which a lot of people said to me, oh, we're always the last for things to happen. What did they say to you when you pitched the idea?
Well, when Screen West and Screen Australia read the script, they were as excited about it as me and my producer Liz Carney were. They just thought it was a very interesting take on the genre, a genre that I really love, and always makes me think, what would I do and where would I be in that particular movie?
It's very real, isn't it? Because the disaster's been happening around the world in the last 5 years.
For sure.
You could see this fitting in, not that we want this to happen or by all means saying it's going to happen, but it does open your eyes, doesn't it, to death and to what would you do? Like you said, if this was your last chance on Earth, how would you spend it? And I know the storyline, there's a party in there. There's a great actor, Nathan Phillips. Tell me how you recruited your crew.
Well, Nathan I had never met before, and when we were ready to cast, we went far and wide, looking at a lot of 30-year-old actors. And when I saw Nathan's self-test that he sent through from California, where he was working at the time, it just blew me away. Like, James, the main character, needed to have the right level of the everyman who could handle himself in a fight, but also the right level of sensitivity and vulnerability. And Nathan had that in spades, and he really connected with who this character was at that particular moment in his life. And I look back and I just couldn't even think of anyone else pulling off that character. And same goes with everyone else. Sometimes I pinch myself.
Tell me about the little girl that played one of the main characters as well. She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah, and Gary Rice, we discovered her when we did a short film before These Final Hours called Transmission. She's a local Perth girl now living in Melbourne, but she was amazing in that shot, and we knew that we had found our Rose. So cast her for These Final Hours, and her and Nathan just had such a great synergy.
There was a great bond between them, and it was almost like daughter-father or big brother type stuff. Now, you had some other well-known actors in that as well. Do you want to run through some of the cast?
Yeah, well, we're just so blessed. We had Dan Henschel, who had just blown the world away in Snowtown.
I think I remember. Was he also in All Saints or one of a lot of television he's done too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's popped up in a lot of things. He had a small role in The Babadook, which was an amazing film.
A lot of movies.
We had Sarah Snork, who's about to just explode. She's going to be in Predestination this year. We had Catherine Beck, who's done a lot of television, and is a real rising star. Lynette Curran,
that's the lady I thought was
of the Australian film industry.
A lookalike for Jackie Weaver, and probably just as good actress too.
She's phenomenal, and we only had her on set for 2 days, but in that 2 days, she was amazing.
Nathan's character, I thought, gave you the movie. The role was amazing. He almost, in the 12 hours, without giving too much away, he'd made good with all the people that he wanted to in life that he probably hadn't paid attention to. His mother, his girlfriend, his expectant mother, because he had obviously another girlfriend that was pregnant to him. It's an amazing storyline. Did the movie take a long time to bring together, or was it something that happened quite quickly?
Yeah, well, I wrote the first draft of the film in about 2008, 2009, and I always had the end of the world and James and Rose as the spine of the story, but through subsequent drafts and the development of it, it sort of became more focused. And this man with this journey where he starts wanting to write himself off and just block out the pain of what's about to happen, only to then, do a 180 when he realizes he's got more to give in these last hours.
He was responsible for the young girl, so he all of a sudden found a new reason to live, didn't he?
For sure. He moves into a world of responsibility, which, had the world not been about to end, we were going to see a new James, but we only get to see that little snippet because the basic theme of the film explores that it's never too late to find redemption, even in the face of the apocalypse, and he lives that in that last 12 hours.
Making Australian and West Australian movies, is it such a big risk? Is it a big risk? Does the industry support local people like yourself wanting to have an idea that's untested? How hard was it for you?
Well, Screen West have been so supportive to me in my development as a filmmaker ever since I finished film school at Curtin University. They've just been so supportive in other projects I've developed, shorts that I've made, and
because you've been with other films, you've made other films as well. You want to run through some of your background as well, because people out there are saying he's quite young.
Yeah.
Where do I know him from?
I made a very, very low budget film for $700 when I was still at uni called The Actress, which I just made with a bunch of friends, and we didn't know any better, and we just wanted to make a feature film, and I went on to make a couple more of those, and I think that really instilled something in me, on a subconscious level at the very least, about making my first properly funded film, which was just like the next level in my progression as a film.
What have you learnt as a director from making this? This is quite a big feature for you. What have you learnt? What are you going to do different, or what are the pitfalls for making Australian movies? Or are there none?
Whether it's an Australian movie or any movie, I'd say there's the same pitfalls that you can experience. But I think just surrounding yourself with as many talented people as you possibly can makes your life so much easier for a start. And we were just blessed with the crew and cast that we had to play with on this film.
Now, if you wanted to urge people out there that are watching today, give them a reason to watch this movie. One is West Australian. You want lots of people in Western Australia to watch it, but it's Australian and it's also going to be international. Mm-hmm. So tell us why you urge them to go and watch this movie.
Well, it's a roller coaster of a film.
I'll get you to look at that camera there.
This one right here? Well, These Final Hours is a roller coaster of a film, and it will hopefully make you think, what would you do if the chips were down and you didn't have long left? Where would you go? Who would you see? And ultimately, what would you do? And These Final Hours is in cinemas July 31st. Please go check it out.
Thank you very much. Anything on the cards for you coming up? Because I'm pretty sure you've got a couple more storylines you'd like to pursue.
I'm just writing away on the laptop and finding some inspirado for the next project.
I do like the theme. I urge people to go out and watch it. It is a great movie. It's called These Final Hours. It's got a great Australian cast. I urge you to go and have a look. It'll be out at all good cinemas, no matter where. It'll be at Readings, it'll be at Greater Union and Hoyts here in WA, and all the other cinemas as well, with Ace and all the other, I think even Luna might have it as well. Yes, I've been told, yes, it has. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us have a look at the movie early and beat the rush. I hope you go out and watch it. If you want more information, please check out our website, thecouch.com.au. Now we'll give you a little bit of a sneak by showing you the trailer.
Is there anybody out there? It's happened. Approximate location of impact, the North Atlantic. As I speak to you right now, it's making its way towards our fair nation. We have 12 hours, people.
We're already dead. It's gonna hurt. And I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel a thing.
I hope you're looking after yourselves out there and each other. These are things we gotta hold on to.
Somebody help!
It's okay. Let's get out of here.
I'm Rose.
James.
Where are you going?
Party. Big party.
Maybe someone at the party can take me to my dad.
You would
made me because I didn't know what to do. I'm gonna take that girl back to where she belongs.
What about you? Where do you belong?
Dad always said that God has a perfect plan for everyone. Do you ever think you might end up in hell instead of heaven?
Are you trying to impress? Running around trying to help this girl?
Just trying to help her, Mum.
You better go.
How come you're not with her?
I've messed a lot of things up, Grace.
There's still time.
I just hope you're all keeping safe out there. You're surrounded by your families.
Hold on. Hold on, Grace.
It's coming.